Radical.
I'm not sure if I'll call this a Walmart story or a flea market story, but start out at a Walmart. And all these series of events happened because I chose to wear my Deadpool / Venom shirt. It's a compliment getter. It's one of my highest compliment getters. And when I was in there, I was talking to someone, asking them something about where something was, I believe. And this girl came by. She was wearing a hoodie. She was wearing some pajama pants, I think with Spider-Man on them, something like that. She walked by and she noticed the shirt. She was like, "Hey man, nice shirt." I was like, well, thank you. And then she was a good distance away at that point. I asked her if she'd seen the Deadpool movies. And she was like, yeah, 3 times over. And we started talking about Deadpool, Spider-Man, some Marvel stuff, maybe even like a little bit of anime and whatnot. So I think things are going pretty well. I'm like, hey, she's like maybe like a little boyish looking and whatnot, maybe tomboyish and everything. But nah, it's cool. This might be a potential conquest. Might be. Or you never know, might turn to a relationship. Now every day you find a real cool girl that is into Deadpool and anime and stuff of that nature. So anyways, I mentioned that I sell things like the Deadpool cologne, for instance, at the flea market. And she was really interested. I mean, super interested in the Deadpool cologne. I'm really happy here because I have a buyer for the Deadpool cologne. That stuff has just been sitting and sitting and sitting. I reduced the price from 20 down to 12 on it. I moved the Spider-Man cologne and even the Black Panther cologne, but I couldn't really move the Deadpool cologne. Well, the second one. I did move the first one, I believe. So she had it before, and she says it smells really nice. She says it smells kind of fruity. Then I make a joke, well, Deadpool maybe kind of a little bit fruity at times. I mean, the unicorn t-shirt, not talking about fruiting away like, you're sleeping with men, but, you know what I'm saying? Like Deadpool is kind of like a weird character. At least they make like a lot of merch where he's not feminine, but, unicorns. I don't know. But anyways, she did not have her phone on her. I did not have my phone on me. So I was going to give her a card, but I didn't have any cards on me. So it wound up where she wrote her number down on my hand, and I borrowed a Sharpie from the Walmart worker. She didn't have a pen, but she had a Sharpie. So she wrote her, as she was writing it down on my hand, I'm like looking at her, I'm like, this might be something. This might be something, right? And then after she wrote it down on my hand, she mentioned I'll definitely have to come there with my wife. And I'm like, oh. Well, I didn't say that like, oh, what? You got a wife? But you a chick? You a lesbian? But no, it's not that. I don't think. I'm not sure. I'm just a little bit confused. Maybe she's a lesbian. Maybe she's like a he-she. Like a don't call me ma'am, but in reverse. Maybe she is. Hopefully, possibly, she could be bi. That's the best case scenario, ladies and gentlemen. She could be bi. She is married though. So if I dated her, it had to be okay with her wife. Like ask her wife, like, hey, do you mind if I date your husband? And I think what's key here, even though I don't believe, like, I'd have to like just watch for cues. You got to these days. You don't know. It doesn't mean I have to believe that this is actually a man because it's not a man. But I'm going to be like, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? I don't know if I'll be doing the chest bumps if me and he, she watch sports. I'm not sure if our same favorite team scores a touchdown, like I smack he, on the bottom. I haven't really taken a look at he-she's bottom, but he has some nice legs. I can see the outline of them through the pajamas. So anyways, we get to the flea market, which was today, and I text that, I'll just say that person. I text that person yesterday and then today, you didn't make it yesterday, you going to make it here today? Well, that person doesn't have a ride which is kind of weird because they're married, but they don't have transportation. Because she said it's hard to get a ride where she's at. And then that person's wife also doesn't have a car. I don't know. But anyways, wound up her mother gave her a ride. I don't know if she lives with her mother and the wife and the mother. I'm not sure. But her mother gave her a ride there ultimately. But then I had a text. She said, why don't you come by here and sell it to me and I'll pay you $5 extra. I was like, well, no issue, but I can't do it today. I could do it tomorrow. She must have really wanted that Deadpool cologne or not believe me, because she showed up after I texted her that would be cool. And I was packing up everything for the day because I had to leave there by 2 to go home, take a shower, and go to work by 3. But no, it was like at 10 till 2. She said she's 12 minutes away, which I didn't get the text. I got some calls, but I was like, I don't know that number. I checked it. It was that person. I was fully planning to leave out there. So we're really cutting it close here because I'm thinking, okay, I can't really talk to this person that long. Pretty much they're going to have to meet there and find me. Well, they couldn't find me even though I gave them directions. They said they're at the main office. I walked to the main office holding a bag of a broken controller. Now, the story of the broken controller is a separate flea market story, which, if you want to hear about the broken controller, I'll have a separate flea market story, maybe in the future, possibly. I think I definitely will. It's worth telling that story. So I have this bag, and I go by, and I might not see, I call him Elvis. I might not see that person again until after Christmas. So I walk by and said, hey, buddy, you going to have a blue Christmas, or something like that. That reminds me, I actually years ago did like a blue Christmas. Remember the Elvis upload from years back? Yeah. That's been a while, huh? I had the bag of some crap that I was going to throw away. I forget where I said it. I might have said it on the ground. And then I also had I have the bag of, no, I didn't have a bag of comics. I put those in the car. Because I was going to show them some comics really quick. So I met them. Mother had a adorable service dog, about medium size. I showed them the Deadpool cologne. I showed that person the Deadpool cologne and the special gift that I promised, which was a Deadpool Overpower card. There was an Overpower Marvel card set, maybe kind of like Pokemon, and there was a Deadpool card. And that person was very excited to get, that card there. So they paid me for the cologne, which was $10. And then I walked them back to my spot, so in the future they would know where my spot was. Well, I go to the spot. I go to the car to get a big bag of comics out to show them the comic books. And there's a separate story. Should I add it in here or not? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it because it happened at the same time. I'm showing them the comics. The 3 of them are looking through the comics, and their mother actually knows a lot about comic books and their value. Maybe some of you do. I had a book there called Scooter Girl #1, and she said there was only 2 of that #1 in existence, which I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I got to take a look at it. I'm not sure if it's a first or second printing. I looked online, and I saw a lot more than 2 for sale, so she might be like a little wrong on that, or she might have that confused with something else. She also said that Critters #1 is a very valuable book. Night Terrors #1 is a very valuable book. I got those in kind of maybe a $20 lot. And she says the Disney books, even though they were in bad condition, she said she was going to come back and buy, I think, 3 or 4 Disney books for $6. His wife is quite shapely. I mean, not like a 10 out of 10 or nothing, but quite shapely also. Maybe Hispanic too. I like the Hispanics. So I'm not sure exactly how I might pull that off. Maybe I might appeal to his masculinity and say like, hey bro, you wanna double up on your wife sometime? Maybe you take the front, I take the back, we switch off. And then we fist bump as we're doing it. And I'm like, hey bro, you secure in your masculinity? Like, okay, I'll leave it there. There's a lot of things I could go into, but I'll leave it there Okay.
Oi. 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 Ray.